Welcome everyone to this explainer. All right, let's just dive right in. Today we are unpacking the ultimate luxury pre-install ritual for protective hairstyles. Now, if you wear wigs, braids, locks, or extensions, you probably spend a whole lot of time thinking about the style itself, right? But today we're looking at a massive, fundamental shift in how the industry treats what's underneath all of that. We're going to explore the science and the methodology behind the three-step scalp reset. It is a totally different and honestly way better approach to hair wellness.
So let's be real for a second and start with a pretty hard-hitting question. One that pulls back the curtain on a hidden reality that, let's face it, the hair industry usually just ignores. What actually happens when your scalp is covered up for weeks at a time? It's something that totally gets brushed under the rug because we're so focused on aesthetics and styling. But understanding this physical reality, that is absolutely crucial. It's the first step to better hair health.
We really need to contrast the whole myth of traditional hair care with what's actually happening on your scalp. The styling myth tells us that a simple wash and go before a new install is totally fine. But the reality? You are looking at a silent, heavy accumulation of sweat, natural oils, stubborn wig glues, and environmental impurities. Think about it like this. Your scalp is skin. If you covered your face in heavy makeup and didn't properly wash it for 6 weeks, you wouldn't just splash a little water on it and call it a day, right? The physical toll that long wear cycles take on your scalp is massive. Simply shampooing your hair just won't cut it anymore.
Which brings us to Section 1, the hidden scalp layer. This is the foundational environment we're dealing with.
When you look closely at these scalp stressors, you realize they literally just layer on top of one another. We aren't just dealing with natural oils here. We're talking about synthetic hair chemicals resting right against the skin. We've got the physical tension of tight installs, those super long wear cycles, highly adhesive wig glues, and everyday environmental impurities. These specific stressors build up every single day. So by the time you're ready for a fresh style, your scalp isn't just covered, it is completely overwhelmed.
And that overwhelming buildup is exactly why we're seeing this massive paradigm shift in the beauty space. So let's jump into Section 2, reset before you install. We're talking about Sephora-level standards here.
Elisha Lindsay, who hosts the Scalp Reset podcast, literally hit the nail on the head in Season 3. He said, healthy hair doesn't start with styling. It starts with a clean, balanced scalp environment. The secret to a flawless style isn't about what you apply on top, it's about what you remove first. It's about treating your scalp with the exact same precision and luxury as your face. So how do we do that? Let's get into Section 3, the three-step scalp reset, and we're specifically looking at the ToxiTress ritual.
This right here is the ultimate at-home prep blueprint. It's a highly refined system designed to give you a cleaner, healthier foundation before your next set of braids or your next wig. It breaks down into 3 super straightforward phases: detox, prep, and finish. Let's look at exactly how each of these targeted steps works to rescue an overwhelmed scalp.
Step 1 is all about scientific detoxification with the Extract Mineral Cleanse. This is a 10 to 15 minute pre-install mask. And the beauty of this is that instead of just aggressively scrubbing the surface, it's engineered to lift heavy metals, product buildup, and chemical residues almost like a giant magnet. It pulls all that stubborn junk away from the skin without drying it out, which is huge.
It works so well because of this specific formulation, the ToxiTress Mineral Detox Complex. It combines bentonite clay, kaolin clay, and activated charcoal. This mineral-based approach leverages their natural absorption properties. They are meticulously chosen to draw out the deep impurities that your standard everyday liquid shampoo just completely misses.
Okay, moving right along to Step 2. We have the Purify Oil Elixir. Once you have this freshly detoxed, completely blank canvas, you have to condition it. This lightweight botanical oil is totally crucial for prepping your skin for the physical tension of protective styling. It basically acts as a supportive layer, making sure your scalp stays comfortable and nourished, even when it's stressed out by tight braids or a sew-in.
Then we hit Step 3, which is honestly where the magic happens for rebalancing. The Restore Botanical Infusion is designed to step in right after a takedown. I mean, think about it. Your scalp just went through weeks of tension, trapped moisture, and harsh products. This balancing rinse swoops in to calm that inflammation and instantly reset your scalp's natural pH harmony.
How exactly does it do that? Well, it relies on a botanical pH reset complex featuring green tea, chamomile, and apple cider vinegar powder. Apple cider vinegar is pretty famous for its pH balancing powers, and the green tea and chamomile work to soothe everything down. Together, they neutralize that harsh post-takedown environment and leave you with a completely comfortable, refreshed foundation.
All right, so we've covered the overall scalp. Now let's talk about Section 4, rescuing stressed edges.
The sources actually call this the edge crisis, and yeah, that's pretty accurate. Your edges bear the absolute brunt of aggressive wig glues, tight braids, and constant friction, so they get incredibly fragile. A generalized scalp routine just isn't going to cut it here. These fine hairs need their own targeted daily intervention to fight off thinning.
The solution they highlight is precision nourishment using the Edge Repair Pen. It's a lightweight botanical serum that you apply directly to dry, fragile hairlines. And just look at this ingredient lineup: pumpkin seed oil, green coffee bean oil, rosemary extract, castor oil, and argan oil. These are absolute heavy hitters. They're specifically chosen to wake up compromised follicles and nourish them without leaving behind a heavy, greasy mess.
If you look at the recovery timeline, it's actually super encouraging. You start daily application in week 1, keep up that consistent botanical nourishment through week 3, and by week 6, the science points to visible recovery in those thinning areas. It's a real testament to what consistent, targeted care can actually do.
Beyond the physical recovery, this entire system taps into something deeper in Section 5, scent as self-care.
Because honestly, scalp care shouldn't feel like a clinical chore or just damage control. As the source material beautifully puts it, this is about elevating a basic hair maintenance routine into a premium editorial beauty ritual. It's about making sure the experience gives you that total psychological comfort and the confidence of a fresh install feeling, day after day.
The Velvet Clean scent profile is a huge part of that. It's a signature blend of orange, lavender, vanilla, and sandalwood. And this isn't just a basic odor neutralizer. It's expertly designed to actively mask trapped odors under your wigs and braids, keeping your hair smelling clean, soft, and, as the brand says, expensive all month long. It actually makes the routine something you want to do.
Real quick before we wrap up, it is super important to mention safety. These products specifically avoid harsh chemicals, synthetic fragrances, and formaldehyde releasers, so they are formulated for sensitive scalps. But you know the drill. Always do a 24-hour inner arm patch test first, and never apply anything to broken or actively irritated skin.
So, I'm gonna leave you with this final thought to chew on before your next salon visit. Now that you know the hidden, physical reality of what is actually happening beneath the surface, are you gonna keep installing over buildup, or will you finally give your scalp the Sephora-level 3-step reset it truly deserves? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and here is to transforming your protective styling routine.